Boom, hey internets. On this episode of Collabo, we got IN4MATION and ALBINO PRETO. So I'm excited about this one for a couple reasons. ALBINO PRETO is a company that really kind of revolves around gis and competition wear. So there's been an explosion of BJJ or Brazilian jiu-jitsu and competition of the such, gi and no gi. There within that, people are gonna need competition wear and just apparel to train in as well. It's become much more popular as wrestling has since the explosion of MMA, and I'm a huge fan of all of it. Never really talked about this, but I wrestled in high school here in California. I wrestled for the Mount Carmel Sun Devils. That's right. So I was 106 and a 112 pounder a million years ago. So I've always been a fan of wrestling, watched it throughout. I'm a big fan of flow wrestling, so I watch it all the time on my feed. And whenever I met someone who wrestled in college or wrestled in high school, I just have a bond with them if they're really about that life in terms of training and how difficult it was. So it wasn't that cool until MMA became a huge sport and people realized you needed to have disciplines like wrestling and like jiu-jitsu within that. So having said that, I think RVCA is one of the first really known action sports brands to kind of embrace jiu-jitsu and MMA by having the gym and working with BJ Penn and started getting athletes in there working with them. They also work with Aaron Pico, who I'm a huge fan of, and I'm watching his career as well. And so ALBINO PRETO is kind of a landmark brand to me. I could see that they have soft goods and they have other things surrounding it, but it's all kind of secondary to the combat wear and the training wear and having really nice curated items that you can use for a tournament and creating a brand within that lane. So it's going to be interesting to see how they maneuver, and I'm psyched that they brought this brand to the forefront and created it. So shouts out to the founders and the creators of that brand. And they've teamed up with IN4MATION, my guys IN4MATION. So another company I go way back with, way back when I had a best friend when I was in my early 20s to late 20s. His name is Ricky Kim, and Ricky connected me with these guys IN4MATION, and I had seen them in the trade show circuit. Todd has been a staple in the industry doing sales and marketing and has just been a guy that's been very connected to everything. So way back in the day, I actually did a collaboration with them, and I flew out to Hawaii to do an art show where I put my artwork on a surfboard and I created a custom denim surf bag, and we gave that out to charity for a great cause. And that trip, I think I was still maybe 24, was a big trip as I was just starting to build the John Phenom name as a handmade denim guy. And so IN4MATION was very pivotal early on in my career, so I'm glad to see they're continuing to do really dope collaborations. So onto the product. I got word of this from Hypebeast, as I usually do, and so I have a link to the article below, of course. And so as of now, as of me shooting this, we only have lifestyle photos of the product with 2 athletes using them within training. So they're all action shots, but very well curated. They did a good job with lighting as well. And all of these shots kind of show the detail of the gis. And so it looks like they're using a lot of embroidery. They're using a lot of woven labels. They might be felt labels in there as well, but definitely woven labels are gonna be a choice that you're gonna use. So it looks like they have a taping of both logos right under one of the lapels. They have an IN4MATION logo embroidered on the chest. And then on sleeves, they have embroidered patches with the AP logo on one side and the HI, which stands for Hawaii, which is a very famous graphic from IN4MATION that's on the other side of the arm. So that's all I have right now. Click on to the article. You can see 12 images of the gi all in action, and it looks like they're surrounding it with soft goods and maybe a 5-panel cap, which will be really interesting. Overall, I'm looking forward to seeing the full collaboration, which is going to be released August 30th. So when I publish this video, it might be already out. You should check on albinoandpreto.com. That link will be below as well to see if you could get your hands on one and see what the collaboration turns out like. Any questions, any comments to add, please drop it all down below. Like if you like, sub if you love, hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on social media when you get a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.